The $10 trillion reset, the final architecture of XRP and the global financial transformation. Welcome to the epicenter of the greatest financial revolution in human history. We are no longer living in a world of speculation. We are now living in a world of structural necessity. For over a decade, mainstream media and traditional skeptics have called digital assets a bubble. But while the masses were distracted by price volatility, the architects of the global financial system were quietly building the infrastructure behind the scenes. Today, we are standing at the edge of a historic convergence. A $10 trillion wave is approaching the XRP ledger. The walls between traditional banking and the future of finance are finally collapsing. This is not just another price prediction. This is a breakdown of why XRP reaching $10 is becoming a mathematical possibility, and it is being driven by the most powerful institutions on Earth. The BlackRock effect is no longer a rumor. It is a force reshaping the financial world. Over the past 6 months, XRP reserves on major exchanges like Coinbase have dropped by more than 90%. Millions of tokens are leaving public exchanges and moving into private institutional custody. When you connect this with BlackRock's relationship with Coinbase Prime, the picture becomes clearer. While the public waits for headlines, smart money is already positioning itself. But the bigger story is not just accumulation. BlackRock's Build Fund is already integrating into the XRP ledger ecosystem through platforms like Securitize and Ripple's stablecoin RLUSD. This is not about buying a coin. This is about building control over the future of global settlement. A financial highway where trillions of dollars can move seamlessly across borders. And then comes the real catalyst: the United States retirement system. Over $10 trillion from 401k accounts and pension funds is now being opened to digital assets. This is long-term capital. This is not money looking for quick profits. This is money that stays in the system for decades. And when institutions choose where to allocate this capital, they look for 3 things: utility, regulatory clarity, and institutional stability. XRP is one of the very few assets that meets all 3. As trillions begin to move from traditional fiat systems into digital infrastructure, they will need a bridge, a system that can handle massive value instantly and efficiently. That system is XRP. Now let's talk about something critical: institutional trust. Ripple Prime has achieved a BBB investment grade rating. In the financial world, this is everything. Without it, large institutions cannot legally participate. With it, the doors are wide open. This allows major players to integrate XRP into real financial operations without breaking risk policies. And that creates consistent, long-term demand. Now, let's address the biggest criticism: market cap. Many people say $10 XRP is impossible, but they are thinking about XRP the wrong way. XRP is not just a speculative asset, it is a liquidity tool, a bridge for global value transfer. If XRP is going to handle even a fraction of global cross-border payments, its price must rise to support that volume. At low prices, it simply cannot move large amounts of money efficiently. To move billions in seconds, the value per token must increase. At $10 per XRP, the total market cap would be around $550 billion. That may sound large, but compared to the trillions moving daily through the global system, it is actually small. In fact, it may not just be possible, it may be required. Looking ahead, 2 major catalysts are forming: regulatory clarity and institutional confirmation. Once XRP is fully recognized as a non-security, banks across the United States can begin holding it directly. At the same time, institutional filings will reveal who is already positioned. And when that happens, the narrative changes overnight. We are no longer in the era of speculation. We are entering the era of ownership. Owning XRP is not just holding a digital asset, it is holding a piece of the future financial system. The infrastructure is ready, the capital is waiting, and the transformation has already begun. The only question left is this: will you recognize it before the rest of the world does? The future of money is here.